D-Man for $1.99. Thank you, D-Man. Disney equals activists, not artists. It's powerful stuff coming from D-Man. Powerful stuff. Yeah, you know, you get the messaging and everything. It's a lot of liberals, a lot of liberal writers, and that's okay. I'm a pretty liberal person, but I don't need to see it like so on the nose all the time.
Right. In Star Wars, I don't know that this is like the ways that they do it.
It's like, can I introduce you to my mothers? And then just looks at the camera like, this is perfectly fine. It's like, okay, I don't care. Can we just make a show and yeah.
Right. It's that stuff of like, if you acted normal, if you wrote great characters. All right, so my wife and I are watching this show called Banshee.
Okay.
From 10 years ago. You're familiar with it?
Never heard of it, no.
So it was a Cinemax show that the star of it is Homelander. And basically the basic premise is an ex-con.
The Anthony star of it, you mean?
Yes, the Anthony star of it.
Go on.
Anthony, no H. Anthony star of it. He is an ex-con, just got out of prison, and basically goes to this small town. The new sheriff in town ends up dying before he meets anybody, so he takes the guy's position. It's like this throwback action show. It's Cinemax in the 90s sense. So much gratuitous nudity. Anyway.
Well, that's why you said Cinemax. I'm like, okay, I'm in. Cinemax.
Literally, I started it because Cody has been telling me to watch this show forever. So finally I was like, I just need something I don't need to cover. And my wife and I binged the whole first season in 2 days. One of the main cast members is trans.
Okay.
And so this was from 10 years ago. So this was like cutting edge, someone that doesn't fit into the gender binary.
Yeah.
And it's very like on the nose, sort of like flamboyant.
Sure.
And that's not what the character is all about, though. The character is trans, flamboyant. And so my wife goes like, right here. Like, this is, why are all these shows today? Like, this is from 10 years ago. This is just a great character. I love it when this character's on screen because they're so fun with everyone else. And they just have like this person, like, this is it right here. It's not it's pausing to like, stare at the camera and like, don't discriminate. Like, it never does any of that.
That's how we've been rewatching the X-Files with the kids for the first time. Yeah, it's
I've done that a little bit.
And it's fun though.
I've done that with my kids a bit.
But there was an episode, not a very good one, pretty bad one actually, where the animals start disappearing from the cages because they're being abducted and then dropped in the wrong spot when they come back. Anyway, the person that's in charge of the animals is a woman. And she says at one point in the episode, she's like, yeah, this guy, I don't get along with him because, you know, obviously I'm his boss and I'm a woman, so he doesn't like that. And that was it. If that scene came out today, that would have been that would have been her character. It would have been like overcoming all this, you know, the misogyny and all the cat calls and the mean underhanded comments. But no, it was just it was a one-line thing, and Scully and Mulder both were just kind of like, yeah, that, you know, there's people like that, sure, and that was it. Like, oh, this is like natural dialogue that people have,
right?
How refreshing!
But even the basic premise of the show, or basic setup of the show, is intended to kind of reverse the basic gender roles, where Scully, which is actually the name of one of my dogs. That she is the scientist, she's the skeptic, she's the stable one, and then the man is the one that is like a little bit unstable, he's irrational, like but not in the action hero kind of way.
No,
he's the loose can't like these sorts of like roles that normally the man is the man of logic, and nope, they reversed it, and it's the whole show is that
it is
reversing something. And it's never like pausing to stare at the camera and say it. They just wrote two great characters that have interesting dynamics with each other, cast them properly, and so they became legends, and they did something interesting and groundbreaking because you wrote good characters. Like, you can write all kinds of characters and do all sorts of different things.
And to your point, that's
interesting and good.
That's what frustrates the shit out of guys like you and I. I know it frustrates you when you see those comments come in from a director or an actor and they're like, yeah, they just don't like women, or they don't want to see strong women doing strong things. Scully is like the best character
Right.
in the X-Files. I like her more than Mulder rewatching this show. She's freaking great. No
She's
guy
complex.
when X-Files came out was like, Scully sucks. I hate her. You know, get her off the show. No, everybody loved Scully. She was the perfect partnership with Mulder. It was awesome. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's just silly how they write some of this shit now, and then they act like a victim when we don't like the writing.
Right. And the frustrating part is because you have these kind of two nutty extremes.
Yep.
The people that are like screaming woke about everything, and then the people that are like, you only hate the acolyte because you hate women and minorities. Like, what are you doing? You're making the people that are screaming everything is woke. You're giving them ammo. You're making their point for them. Like,
yeah, and what's more crazy,
a cartoon out of this. Like,
what's more crazy is people live so online now that it's absolutely making a difference when a channel over on YouTube makes 18 videos on the same topic saying this show's woke. That writer is listening, and they're going to be like, well, okay. Well, what do you think of this? I'm going to make this gay character, and they're going to have a whole like spiel about why toxic masculinity is terrible. Yeah. And like just to get back at that person. It's like, you guys are feeding off each other in the worst way possible. And then the rational ones here are losing out.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's Star Wars.
That's the internet. That's every show. Like this insane like dialogue of the crazies get to control it all.
They control it all now. It's wild.